In this video, we'll make this 3D drawing, which is different from all the drawings which we have made so far. In this drawing, we'll use 3D modeling as well as surfacing tools. So let's get started with the first part. And for the first part, I'll select the line tool. So go to draw panel and select this line tool. Click anywhere in the drawing area and make a horizontal line with length of 190 units and press enter. Now press enter again to exit the command. Now go to the arc tool and select this flyout and select start and radius arc. Now click at this endpoint as the starting point and then this endpoint as the end point and enter a radius of 95 units and press enter. And here we have an arc. Now go to the line tool again, click at this midpoint and make a straight line with length 188 units and press enter. Press enter again to exit the tool and zoom out. Now go to the line tool again and click at this endpoint and make a straight line towards right side with a length of 32 units and press enter. And then make another line with length of 83 units and press enter. Now move it upwards and enter a length of 32 units, press enter and move it towards left and enter a length of 65 units. Now move it upwards and enter a length of 49 units, press enter again, move it towards left, enter a length of 18 units, press enter and now take it all the way downward and join it with this endpoint and press enter again. Now select all of these lines and type J on command line and press enter. So this will join all of these lines into a single unit. And now go to the draw panel and anywhere in the drawing area make a circle with radius of 32 units and press enter. So now we have made the basic geometry for our 2D drawing, and now we'll convert this drawing into 3D. So we'll start with the surface. So go to the surface tab and select the sweep tool. Now select the circle and press enter. Now select this as the path and here we have it, the swept geometry. And now move back to the home tab and select this flyout and select the revolve tool now. Now select this geometry, press enter and click at this point and then click at this point and press enter again. So now we have this 3D solid and also we have this surface, but the drawing is not yet clear. So we'll make it clear by changing the view, but before that we need to convert this surface into a solid, and for that we'll add a thickness value. To add the thickness, go to the solid editing panel and select this thicken tool. Now select the surface, press enter and enter a thickness of 18 units and press enter. So now we have added the thickness also, and now we can move to the 3D. For that, click on this home icon and change the view from 2D wireframe to shaded, just to see it more clearly. And here we have it, the 3D solid in clear view. Now if you look closely inside the solid, you'll see that we have some extra geometries which are obviously not required. The pipe shape should be completely clean. Now in order to clean that, we need to trim that extra geometry. So go back to the surface tool and select sweep, select this circle, press enter and now select this arc which we have selected initially, and we have made a new surface inside this geometry which is not visible as of now, but we'll make it visible. Now select this solid, then right click, go to isolate and select hide objects, and now you can see the surface which we have made. So go back to the home tab and select the slice tool. Now select this object, press enter and now select surface from the command line options and select the surface and press enter again. So now we can remove the surface, and when you remove the surface and move your cursor to this place, you'll see that we have divided the solid into two parts, and this is the portion which is not required. So remove this portion as well, and now you can bring back all the hidden geometries. For that, click on this unisolate objects option on the status bar and click on this end object isolation, and we have all the geometries back in the drawing, and we have a completely clean pipe shape here from inside as well. So now let's move back to the top view and let's rotate this one, and now we'll make all the remaining geometries. For making remaining geometries, I'll hide both of these solids for now, so select them, then isolate and hide objects. And now go to the line tool and click on this endpoint and enter a height of 32 units. Press enter. Now move your cursor towards left and enter a length of 38 units. Press enter. Now move it towards left again and enter a distance of 43 units. Press enter. Now move it downwards and enter a distance of 32. Press enter. Move it towards right. Enter a distance of 43 units. Press enter and join it with this endpoint and press enter again. Now join all of these 4 lines into a single unit. So select them, type J on command line and press enter. So this will again join it into a single unit. Now go to this flyout, select the revolve tool and select this rectangle and press enter. Now click at this endpoint and then at this endpoint and press enter again. So here we have a new 3D geometry. So we'll make a copy of this geometry. For making the copy, select it and select this copy command. Now click anywhere in the drawing area and move it towards right and enter a distance of 190 units and press enter again. Now press escape and select both of these 3D solids, then right click, isolate and hide objects. Now we need to add one more detail to this drawing, and for that I'll once again go to the line tool and click on this endpoint. Now move your cursor towards left and enter a distance of 38 units and press enter. Now move it towards left again and enter a length of 26 units and press enter. Now move it downwards and enter a length of 14 units, press enter, move it towards right, enter a length of 8 units, press enter and join it with this intersection point and press enter again. So now we have this rectangular geometry which we need to revolve. So before revolving it, I'll go to the trim tool, press enter and trim this part which is not required. Now select this complete geometry, type J on command line and press enter. Now select this geometry and select the move tool and move it inside to a distance of 3 units and press enter. Now select this complete geometry, go to the revolve tool and click at this point and then at this endpoint and press enter again. Now select this 3D geometry as well. Select the copy command, click at any point, move it towards right and enter a distance of 190 units and press enter. Press escape and now hide both of these geometries. These are also not required. So now we can bring all the hidden geometries back in the drawing area. For that, I'll go to this unisolate objects option and select this option, end object isolation, and here we have all the drawings and 3D solids back in the drawing area. Now we can add 2 final details to this geometry, and for doing that, first go to this back view and go to the coordinates panel and select this view option. Now we can erase this geometry, it is not required, and now go to this draw panel and select the rectangle tool. Now click at this point and make a rectangle with length 80 units. So for that I'll type at 80 and then a width of 50 units and press enter. Now go to the press pull tool and enter a height of 32 units and press enter. Now press enter again to exit the press pull tool and now orbit this drawing a little bit and move this 3D solid using this midpoint, the midpoint on the right side, and move it at the center point of this circle. At this point, the solid may not make any sense to you, but now we need to move it towards left as well. So select this 3D solid once again and go to this axis and move it towards left and enter a distance of 45 and press enter. And now here we have this 3D solid. So now we can join all of these separate 3D solids into a single unit. And for joining them, I'll go to the solid editing and select this union tool. Now select the complete geometry and press enter. And we have it now as a single unit. Now we need to add one final detail to the drawing, and for that I'll go to this top view and I'll erase this geometry. It is not required anymore. And let's now go to the circle tool and make a circle with diameter of 190 units. So let's type 190 and press enter. Now select the circle tool again and click at this quadrant and make a circle with radius of 9 units and press enter again. Now we need to make multiple copies of this circle. For that I'll go to this array flyout and select the polar array. Now select the circle, press enter and select the midpoint and add number of items as 8 and press enter. Now while making array, make sure this associative option is unchecked. So this step is very important. You need to ensure that associative option is unchecked, because if the associative option remains checked, you won't be able to use these array elements as separate circles. So now click on this close array, and when you move your cursor, you'll see that all of these circles are individual elements and they are not combined as a single array. So now select the complete geometry, select this move tool, click at the center of this circle and now move it at this center point. Okay, so now here we have this geometry. We'll move this geometry on the bottom of this 3D model. For that, I'll first hide this 3D object. So select it, then right click, go to isolate and hide objects. And now let's orbit this drawing a little bit and select any one of the circle, then right click and select this option, select similar. Now go to the move tool, click on any point and now track it downwards. Make sure that you're following the Z axis, and you can see here on the tooltip we have this Z axis, and now enter a distance of 200 units and press enter. Now you can remove all of these geometries. These are no longer required. You can also remove these geometries and we only have these small circles now. Now we can also bring back the 3D solids. So go to this object isolation option and select end object isolation, and here we have these circles. So now we will extrude these circles, and for that I'll go to this flyout and select extrude. Now select the circle one by one and make sure you select all of these circles. You can also orbit this drawing to select all of them, and I'll turn off this selection cycling option because I don't want that distracting menu again and again. And here we have all the circles selected. Now press enter and now apply a height to this. So we don't need to be very specific about the height of this. So let's orbit this drawing a little bit, and now I'll enter a height of this much. And now it completely passes through this 3D solid. Now we will subtract the geometry, and for that I'll go to the solid editing, select the subtract tool and select the complete 3D solid, press enter and select all of these small cylinders from the drawing area. And press enter. And here we have all the holes in the drawing, and we have our final drawing prepared.